Now we have better understanding of floats, how exactly float works and how to actually clear and contain floats to get back into normal flow of the page. Now let's understand how exactly and how effectively we work with the layout with floats. So we will create the same layout as we have created using inline block level elements in the earlier video. So this was the layout which we have created with the inline block level elements. So now inside our document we have header, aside, section, footer, and we have few normal styles, and our page looks something like this. Now we have to make it exactly as it is, but this time with the float. So what we will do, we want aside to the left side as well as section to the right side. So for the aside we will say float left, and for the section we will say float right. So let's go ahead and apply. For the aside, let's say float left, and for the section let's say float right. Now save the file and check out our page here. Alright, as soon as we floated this aside and section, we got our issue with the float. That means these two has gone out of the flow, and that's why this footer got disturbed again. So we will get back into normal flow by using any method. You can go with the empty div or overflow or clearfix. Here I will go with the clearfix method. So first of all, let's create clearfix class here and then write all those rules. So let's have clearfix class, say before comma clearfix after, and then inside content empty, and then display table, then for clearfix after we will say clear both. Now save the file. Let's get into the HTML document here. Then we will wrap the floated elements inside maybe div, and then aside and section will be coming inside this div. Paste it, and to the immediate parent of the floated elements we will apply class clearfix. Alright, now save the file and check out our page here. Great, now we just applied clearfix, we contained our floating effects, and we got our page into the normal flow. But the thing is here, we want aside should be having some around 30% of the width, and this section some around 70% of the width. But the thing is that we have also applied margin of 1.5%. So we will have to keep 1.5% in our mind. So for the side, let's say width maybe 30%. Then for the section we will say width of 64%. Alright, now save our file and check out the result here. Great, we got our page as exactly we have here. So this is how we use floats and create multiple columns. Now say instead of 2 column, if we need 3 column of exact size here, so how we should take approach? Say we have first column here, second column here, and third column here. So to make such kind of layout, let's see how actually we do this. So let's have 3 article. Inside the section, let's write section, then article, then say P, say article 1. Save it. Now let's copy and paste 3 times. Okay, alright, we have 3 article here, 2, and this would be 3. Now let's save the file and check out here. Alright, we have 3 article, but there is some issue yet because we have floated something here. So we don't need anything floated for the from the section as well as from the aside. So let's get rid of these, and instead of aside let's have so article here, and we will apply background to the article, and here also we will get rid of aside and we will write article. Now the article will also get the padding, margin, and border radius according to rest of the element. Now save the file and check out our page here. Alright, we have 3 article 1, 2, 3, and below we have footer. Alright, so far so good. So now we need article 1 on the left, and 2 on the middle, and article 3 on the right. Alright, so here you might be thinking that one should be go left and another should be right, but the thing is that we will float left all of these 3 articles here. So whenever we need multi columns, we can actually float all of the elements to create columns. So let's float 1, 2, and 3. So we can directly target our article here. So let's say float left. So let's check out our page here. Alright, we got our 3 article in the same line as we have floated, but the thing is we got some problem with the footer. So same problem, we will get back into normal flow using clearfix. So do we have clearfix class here? So yeah, we have already our clearfix class. Then we just need to apply to the parent. So article is floated, so to the immediate parent of the article, let's say class clearfix to the section. Now save the file, check out here. Alright, everything is good now. We have float clears and article 1, 2, 3 are on the same line. But what do we need? Actually, we need this article 1, 2, 3 should be divided into 3 equal parts. Say article 1 will be having 33%, so that whole 100% should cover. So for that purpose, we need to apply some weight to the articles. As we know, we have 1.5% of margin also. So now let's calculate how much width we need to apply on each of these articles. So we have here, we have 1.5, 1.5, that is 3%. Again here 1.5, 1.5, 3, and again 3. So 3 into 3, we have 9% in the margin, and we are just left with the 91%. So for the 91%, we need to divide between these 3 articles. So one article will be getting width of maybe 91% divided by 3, we can say, yeah, 30 point something 33%. So alright, save the file and now check out our page here. Alright, we got 3 equal size of the article, but there are a lot of space here. So from here also, from here also. Actually we have padding and margin to the section also. So actually we don't need now padding and margin to the section, we just need on the article. So we can get rid of this section. And now let's check out our page. Alright, everything is fine. So now we have 3 article, that means 3 columns inside our page. So we have header at the top, then 3 article in the middle, and then footer at the bottom. This is how effectively we work with the floats and create multiple columns. So based on these, we can create complex layout with multiple columns.